Keep them closed.
The galley is open and the master bedroom is open. Feel free to walk through.
Okay, thank you.
So do you guys usually keep this in DC when you're not using it, or?
It's usually based out of DC if it's not being used.
Okay. I usually see like an Excel parked by it or something like that. So. Remember, I have that poster in my room right there. Luxurious Amfleet.
Actually, it's better for you. Nice. So where do you usually have this when it travels around the country? Okay.
But it just goes wherever they need to go.
Okay.
Very nice. Exactly. Just like it. I missed running that train by one call. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
By one.
Really?
I missed it by one. The guy in front of me got it, and he got to run it. And I watched it go by.
Oh. For this trip?
No, this one.
Enjoy the railroad.
So what they did over here is this would bring the coal from the back to the front, and he would adjust all these different things, these different gauges and all, to bring more coal from the back and decide where to put it in the tank. What this would do, the steam would blow the coal from one side to the other in the tank to make it hotter, just to hold it there.
To remove this tire, to replace it, we would have to take these retaining rings off. We'd torch out these rivets, remove the retaining rings. Then we would heat the tire and expand it, and simultaneously two gentlemen with hammers would pound the wheel off onto this little catch here. So we would use the fire ring, hang it here, the new tire, heat it, expand it at 35 or 40 thousandths, and then some, and then we would press it on. But we're going to go ahead and light it and give you an idea of what it looks like. All right, ready?
Well, everyone's taking a step back.
Go ahead, strike it.
Wow.
Now we introduce compressed air to it, we get a nice blue flame. Let that heat up to approximately 225, 250 degrees. You can actually see it expand off of the rim. It's hanging, just puffing on the top. Then we would knock it off. We're not taking that off.
One of the really neat things about steam railroading is watching these guys back here measuring stuff to within 1,000th of an inch. Okay, so they're cutting the new tire, say 35 1,000ths of an inch too small. Guess what tool he uses to actually carefully slide it onto the wheel?
Forklift. We push it on with a forklift because it will go on nice and easy.
Yep. So measuring things to within 1,000th of an inch and then shoving it with a forklift. That's the cool thing about steam railroading. It's the combination of finesse, 1,000ths of an inch tolerances, and brute force. But then instead of it being a straight line from the flange out to the end of the wheel with a little bit of a slope to it, you have kind of that dished in area. So this is a wheel set that is a prime candidate for recutting. The wheels are already in place. They have been locked into place. And the neat thing is he's got two different turrets back there. A turret on a lathe means one block with usually 4 cutting blades that you can use. And these two turrets are locked together so that when he adjusts one, the other one also adjusts. This is a good thing because your wheels have got to remain the same size on the axle. If they're not, your train is going to grind them to the same size and waste a whole lot of energy. This, usually when we think about lathes, we think about wood lathes, which are very, very high speed, moving things really, really fast. Where do you see how slow this thing goes?
There it is. What we do first is we'll start a rough and cut. Yeah, going the right way here.
Your other left.
It'll take a while for that cut surface.
This is the bit that he's using right now.
Material.
One of these?
Yeah.
This is the bit that he's using right now, which it does a very rough, basic cut. This is to do the basic shaping. Once they have the basic shaping, then they start smoothing things out until you get to your final shaping, which there's the profile that you're aiming for.
Generated into the tube, and most of it just goes out in the chip.
Okay, it's ordinary high-speed steel, high-speed bits with steel, with steel. What's the one on the boring mill?
That's carbide.
Okay, the one on the boring mill is carbide. Thank you, I learned something new today. Okay.